cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damages. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they all...
First opened in 2017. There's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
On first down, Jamison. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
A loss of 2 brings up second and 12 at the 21-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter. Back deep, Taylor Gabriel. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Check 44, check 44. Recon, 132 fighter. Let's go.
Throwing to start the drive. Lawrence. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10.
On the ball.
On the ground, Kamara. He's got the first down and more past midfield. The 30. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Lutz with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
We play to win. Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future as they into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brings up second and a yard.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey, boy.
2nd and 1. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Desmond Trufant with a sack. The corner blitz hits home. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play, because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now here's Mahomes. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Attack! 54 Mike.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Going to give this time to the tailback. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Jameson. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here.
They're nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. Well, they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They'll run on 1st down. Jameson, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Always fun to watch a big boy pick it up and go. He may need a little oxygen on it. He may need a lot of oxygen on the sideline.
Not only that, how about you and me trying to balance ourselves up here, because you can feel the shaking all the way up to the booth. That big guy trying to get it to the house.
Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Ziggy Ansah has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the gun, Lawrence. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
54. Here we go. Hey, exit. 54, right there. 54 Mike. Hey, watch the screen. Now.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lawrence. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 16. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On 2nd down, Kamara. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence finding Gabriel complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. His first catch, good for 9 in the first down.
Hey, dude. Right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. I'm coming.
Off play action, Lawrence. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 52 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. 2nd and goal from the 1. for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Saints 20, Falcons nothing.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On play action, it's Mahomes. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal. Second down and goal. Mahomes. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jason Barrett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
To throw on second down, Lawrence. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
We own now. Pilot, 64, we get it.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
And the Saints.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Hey, box truck. Check Mike 54. Mike 57.
From the gun, Lawrence. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Hey, echo. Clear.
Here's 2nd and 8. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brixton, Travis. Hey, rock it.
Again, it's Kamara. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
I'm coming after you.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. It's a big play there for the Saints. 47 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Hey, wahoo! Shoot!
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
I don't need to. Let's go, Artie. Watch the screen. Pass.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. So that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know that it's the holiday season. Because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. He's got the first down here inside the 30. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 42 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they? And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eli Apple. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back 1 pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.